observing, learning, knowing when to act and when to react. So during your time as a sniper, you must have learned a lot of skills on things about knowing when to take the shot, knowing when to judge the risk, and how did you develop the calmness and the inner faith in yourself to deal in those kind of terrifying situations, when bullets are flying, and where does that calmness come from?
Training. It's a perfect segue from what we were just talking about. There's a saying that we don't fall back, or we don't rise to the occasion, we fall back on our training. It's like Archaeolus, or I can't say it, I'm not going to pronounce it right. It's in the bottom of all my emails. Because that's all we can do. And it goes back to what I just said. Try something new, fail, experience it, do it, you know what I mean? And then when things are getting stressful and you're in the moment, you're just going to fall back on your training. It's one of those things, as soon as I say it, because it's so fundamental, it's so true, it's so real, everyone would be like, yeah, of course. And then but the problem is that people will listen to that in a certain way. They'll be like, okay, yeah, of course, I know that now. And they'll just like, no, you don't know that. Like, you understand what I'm saying. You understand the concept of not rising to the occasion but falling back to your training, but you really only know it as if you're training every day. Like that's the difference. Like, if people will get pacified, like, okay, cool, I got that new information, I heard this podcast, and like, oh, I feel better now that I know that. And it's like, no, you don't know that. You just got what I was saying. So to truly go out and train, I'll become an expert at becoming an expert. And when the moment happens, it's like when I publicly speak or do something like that, where I'm out of, I'm like, I don't stress about it, because I'm like, okay, to prepare for this required 10 years. And for the last 10 years, I did the work. Does that make sense what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's the work was done over 10 years. So it's that analogy, when's the best time to plant an oak tree? It's 10 years, or I think that goes 20 years ago, or today. Start right now, today, training every day to become an expert at becoming an expert. Train in what you're an expert in. Train at what you're going to be good at. And when the moments come, you're going to fall back on that.